What's up? YouTube, Facebook, Ask My Wedge. We're gonna do a quick story for my little boys. It's not Hey, be quiet, man. I'm trying to talk to the people, man. Say hi and be nice. There you go. There you go, and be nice. All right, so I'm gonna say this quick story of basically the beginning of this revolution called Islam, submission to the will of God. I'm gonna do my best to say it in English as best I can, and I'm gonna explain it with my limited knowledge. So it's not from a scholastic point of view, but it is correct to the best of my ability. And first I'm gonna say, may God forgive me for any wrong in my intentions and any wrong in my speech or anything somebody takes wrong from my understanding. And so basically, this is just a real small story of Prophet Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of God be upon him. And it's about his life as he became a prophet and messenger. A prophet and messenger. A prophet is someone who, knowing that a prophet is someone who prophesies what a messenger came with. A messenger is someone who has a book, and he's come with rules and regulations for the people to follow. Now, a prophet is someone who testifies and acknowledges that a messenger came already or he's to come. So a messenger and a prophet works together, but they are different. Now, Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Jesus, Prophet Moses, these were messengers. They had a book, and they were prophets. They prophesied of other prophets before and after them. So anyway, this story was this about Prophet Muhammad. May the peace and blessings be upon him. He was a kind and trustworthy individual. Before he became a prophet, before he accepted prophethood, before he was acknowledged that he was a prophet, he was a truthful and kind person. Everybody knew him as a kid growing up. He even married to a sister, a woman who loved him and understood that he was a trustworthy individual. And she was a businesswoman. And he would let him take over her business because he was so good at what he did and sincere that her business could never lose because of his sincerity and his character and his ability to get through to people and communicate and just be trustworthy. He was the most trustworthy person in that town. While he was being raised, he was always considered trustworthy and righteous. This town was a very dark town at the time of his uprising when he became a man. This town was, they had dark-skinned slaves, you know, which would play a very pivotal a part of this world even today, ever since as the most downtrodden victims of racism. And I'm talking about what we call black people. Black people all over the United States, especially, because that's where I'm from, but black people all over the world have one thing in common, that they are the most targeted race of people in the world. Why? I don't know. Maybe we're the minority as dark skinned, but I don't think so. Or maybe we just cursed by God. Maybe we're not. When I say cursed, meaning maybe we have bad luck because of our situations that we took advantage of long time ago, before even history can explain. Who knows? But nevertheless, this town had black slaves. And one of those slaves was named Bilal, who his story kind of went where he was a slave and he heard about Islam and he was set free by a Muslim, and then he joined the Muslims and became a very strong companion of the Prophet himself. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Hunting
Huh?
this. Hunting this.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
I have it.
Bro, you give it to him. There you go. That's your little brother. You give it to him, and I'll get you something later, all right? But Bilal, who he grew up, and Bilal actually accepted Islam even more in this place called Mecca. This place called Mecca was run by the prophets Muhammad, his family. Before he became a prophet, his family was running this place, and they and everybody except his uncle Talib, who may God be pleased with them all, who warned the other brothers who were running this place that this is a blessed land and we need to be more righteous to people and stop. We need to stop the usury and the financial gain by hurting other people. And even they used to kill the babies, newborn girls. They would kill them because the girls wouldn't produce money like a boy would. So they would actually abort or kill them even when they were already alive. Wow. And also Muhammad, the soon-to-be messenger of God, was married before, to Khadijah, his wife. He was married to her, and one day he retrieved to a mountain that he goes to once a year. He goes to this mountain once a year to get his thinking together, get his mind together. He was just that type of individual. And we know why now, because he was blessed to be a prophet. So that's a deep burden to have on you. And he was one of those people who had to go back and reflect real deep. And he was confronted by an angel this time. This angel looked like a light, bright light, and it was bigger than the whole horizon. Everywhere he would look, he would see this light and a loud speech that he was hearing from the angel, who the angel claimed to be a messenger from God, coming with a message to this prophet Muhammad, coming with a message to this messenger Muhammad, which was a prophet and a messenger. And he would, and he yelled to him, he gave him all of these rules and regulations, basically, of what Islam is about, and the first thing he said to him was read, and Prophet Muhammad said, I can't read. And he said, read. And he said, in the name of your Lord who created you. And it goes on and on where he was just giving him a message. That was the first message that Prophet Muhammad got. And that's what we have the Quran today. That was over 1,500 years ago. The Quran is still standing as the number one followed book in the world. And it all started here. Ran back crying. And so he ran back to his wife crying, and his wife had covered him up in a blanket. And he told his wife about what that was Angel Gabriel, that he saw Angel Gabriel, and he told him what the angel had said to him. Told her what the angel had said to him. May Allah be pleased with him. And that he was a prophet, and he was coming to change the corruption in society, and that he was coming to change all the bad in their society, and then the whole world would change. And news spread all over Mecca at this time. And just like bad news spread, good news always follows. So the bad news spread, and all of the rumors and all of that turned into people wanting to find out what the truth is. When they found out, of course, a lot of them accepted Islam. A lot of them. And later on, that would turn into a fight between the people that accepted it and wanted this to change, and people that were making money and didn't wanted to change. And that's what this whole thing was about. Financial progression and against versus spiritual progression, or versus equality, anti-racism, anti-separatist, just anti what you call it, just for everybody to come together on one understanding of equality, and one for your brother what you want for yourself, or one for mankind what you want for yourself. And so the news has spread all over. First bad, and then good, but the good always outweighed the bad. So the bad had no other objective to but get physical and turn it into a real fight, a war, and start killing people.
They're not playing this.
So don't open that. Leave that alone. So that was a quick story. Is it goes deeper than that. Anybody want to find out some authentic stories? You always have the Quran, and it's not recommended to go to the Quran on your own with your own understanding. You should have some testimonies and explanations by Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. These are other books, authors' names. Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, At-Tirmidhi, explanation of the Quran by many other scholars. Stop. So anyway, anyhow, I'll try to leave some more links so that you can go and find out more about this story. Just a wonderful story coming from an ordinary guy who believes. That's the difference. Someone who believes. Peace.